Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga Serene. I'm Dawn. Today we're going to go through a short standing sequence designed for our side body. So let's begin our time in a child's pose. So you can take a few moments to come onto your hands and knees. We'll create some space between your knees, toes draw together at the back of your mat. Slowly let your sit bones draw back as you walk your hands forward. And eventually you're going to tuck your chin under and let your head rest onto your mat. Feel free to rest down onto your forearms with a bend in your elbows. And we'll take a few moments here to arrive into some breath. So holding your child's pose, take a nice long inhale through your nose. And then offer yourself a sigh as you let it go. Okay, and then feel free to take another one of those. So you'll inhale fully and exhale completely. And just taking a few more breaths here in your child's pose, taking some time to set up a steady rhythm of your breath, where you're beginning to consciously breathe a bit deeper into your body. So when you breathe in, can you breathe into your belly? Belly will expand. And then feel like the breath moves out into your hips, your low back, and slowly up your spine. So we're starting to make this connection with this feeling of expansion as you breathe in, or this feeling of upward moving energy. And then when you exhale, invite your exhales to leave very slowly. We associate an experience of letting go as we exhale. So maybe softening a bit into your body here with that breath. Or maybe noticing if there's any thoughts floating around in your mind. If anything's there, every exhale breath, can you invite those thoughts to drift away? And see if your mind can focus a little bit more on your breathing and really starting to tune into your body here. Maybe noticing where you feel sensation, and as you breathe in, can you invite your breath to move there? And when you exhale, can you continue to soften there? And if you would like to set an intention for your practice, you could go ahead and do that now. Okay, from here, you'll lift your head off your mat as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to walk your hands all the way over to the left side. So you're going to come off your mat onto the floor. Then we're going to reach a little bit more through the right side. Your head can rest down between the arms again. Drop your right shoulder a bit away from your ear and feel like your right hip is drawing down and back while you reach through your right fingertips and feel this nice stretch all along your right side. And then invite your breath to move all along your right side. Okay, lifting your head up as you inhale. As you exhale, hands walk back to center. Then we'll ease our way into the other side, so we'll walk the hands all the way over to the right. Probably coming off your mat on a slight angle. Left arm will reach a little further away from the right, and then your head's going to drop down. And then try to drop your left shoulder away from your ear while you sink your left sit bone down and back. And then as you feel your breath, breathe from your belly. Breath travels all along your left side. And when you exhale, can you soften there? And keep in mind as you move through your practice, you're just feeling your way into the body. So going to a place where you feel a nice stretching sensation or a balance between some effort and ease in your postures. If it ever feels like there's too much effort, then you need to back out a bit. So always listening to your body. From here, we'll come out. We'll lift the head up on the inhale. Exhale, hands walk back into center. And just let your head drop down again for a breath or two. Let that settle into your body. Breathe into your belly, your low back, and up your spine. Okay, we'll slide the hands in, bringing yourself up onto all fours. Your shoulders stack above your wrists, and your knees are going to be below your hips, fingers spread. Let's start to move through a few cat-cows here. So you'll take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to round your spine as you press into your hands, chin tucks under. Then take an inhale to drop your belly, arching your back, lifting your chest, chin, gaze. And then take a slow exhale to round your spine again. And let's just flow through a few more of these with your breath. You might even close your eyes so you can drop back into your own space. And as you feel your body moving this way, if there are variations you enjoy practicing, you can definitely have freedom in these movements. Otherwise, hold steady. Couple more cycles here. Good. So once you finish your next exhale breath, just go through one more cycle here. And then as you complete that third round, we're going to come into thread the needle. So a nice twist and release for the shoulders. Let's start with the right arm. We're going to bring that up on the inhale. As you exhale, flip your palm, drag your right arm underneath your left and rest onto the side of your head. Hips stay up nice and high here. And from here, you can rest down onto your left forearm, keeping the elbow bent, or maybe pressing a bit into your left hand. Roll your right shoulder underneath you a bit more so you can feel that twist from the base of the ribs on the right side. Maybe the left arm might even start to straighten. Okay, and then we'll hold here, tuning into the right side of your body and breathing there. Take those longer exhales to soften into your body. All right, a slow release here. We'll bring the left hand back in where it came from. As you press into that hand, you're going to inhale your right arm up again, and you can look up. As you exhale, you can bring yourself back into table, so your shoulders stack above your wrists again. Okay, so left side when you're ready, inhale, left arm reaches. As you exhale, flip your palm, drag your left arm underneath, and you can softly rest down onto the side of the head. Hips stay up high here. And know your options. You can rest onto the right forearm, or pressing a bit into your right hand, feeling that movement from the base of the ribs on the left side, or maybe even starting to straighten your right arm. And just go into a shape that feels good for you. Remember, we're feeling a balance between some effort, but also some ease here. And perhaps experiencing or feeling that ease every time you exhale. Long, slow exhale breaths. Full inhales. And as we're holding steady, your mind is focusing in on your breathing, feeling your body, and staying very present here. If the mind wanders, just pause that thought, invite it to drift away with your exhale breath. Okay, our release, we can slide the right hand in. As you press into the right hand, the inhale will bring your left arm all the way up. Your exhale can bring you back into table, so your shoulders stack above your wrists. Pause for an inhale here, and as you exhale, let's round your spine into cat, releasing that twist. And give yourself a cat-cow. Breathe in. And exhale to round. Okay, as you return to table, we'll set up your first downward dog. So hands can walk slightly forward, fingers spread. As you curl your toes under, you can bring your hips up and back. You're going to find that your feet are about hip distance apart here. And you can pedal out your heels, bending one knee at a time, just easing your way into the back of the legs. Hands are about shoulder distance or slightly wider. After a few pedals of the heels, you can let your heels drop any amount. Knees can stay bent a little or a lot. Let your head drop as you look behind yourself. Keep rooting into your hands. And then as you reconnect with your breath, take a few of those slow inhales and exhales. Long inhales, long exhales. You can always rest in child's pose if you need to at any point in your practice. Keep that in mind. Okay, from here, let's look between the hands and take a little step forward. Both feet coming to the top of the mat. Feet about hip distance here, hands on the earth, ankles or shins. Take a half lift. So as you inhale, lift your head and chest, further lengthening your spine. As you exhale, you're going to fold forward, knees soften, head drops in. Take two more there. Inhale, a half lift. And exhale your fold. And take one more here. Breathe in. And exhale, fold in. As you pause in ragdoll, let your knees bend a little or a lot and your head drop. Feel free to sway your head or torso a bit side to side. And just start to feel the back line of the body. Knees can be bent here. We're just feeling our way in. As you breathe in, feel like the breath travels up the back of your legs towards your hips and down your spine. And let's pause for a couple more breaths. Okay, arms releasing. Start to root into your feet. Navel draws in slightly. Take a slow inhale all the way up to standing. Big breath in. As you exhale, roll your shoulders back. Find your mountain pose. You're at the top of your mat, and your feet are still about hip distance apart here. Let's take a standing half moon. We're going to take the arms up on the inhale. As you exhale, press your palms, fingers interlace, shoulders soften down your back. Breathe in, and as you exhale, we're going to tilt to the left. As we're tilting to the left, we're pressing a bit more into the outside edge of the right foot so you can feel the right side of your body a bit more. If it's okay with your neck, you could look up to the right, and then we'll hold here, maybe even close your eyes. Okay, breathe into center, exhale there, soften your shoulders down your back. Inhale, reach through your left side, exhale, tilt to your right. And we're keeping our hips squaring forward, pressing equally into our feet, and you can look slightly up to the left. And then as soon as you drop into the body, feel your body tune into sensation and then drop back into that breath. Long inhale, long exhale. And can you feel like the breath is moving along your left side? Okay, let's inhale to center. Exhale, release your arms all the way down. Let's take them behind you here, releasing our shoulders. We'll interlace the fingers behind. Reach your hands a bit to the floor and your chest up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, hinge out of your hips. Your knees can soften a bit along the way and your head can drop to the floor. Arms might float up. Legs might get a bit straighter here. As you press down into your feet, you push your thigh bones back so your legs get a little straighter, just until you feel sensation into the hamstrings. Make sure there's no pulling behind your knees. If there is, bend your knees a bit more. Let your head drop and gravity does some work there. If the arms don't float up with ease, you can always hold opposite elbows behind you. Do what feels good, and let's hold here for a few more breaths. Okay, we're going to lift the gaze on the inhale. Exhale, release your hands onto the earth, ankles or shins. Grab a half lift here, breathe in, lift your head and chest. Exhale, gently fold forward. Press into your feet. Let's take your arms all the way up. Inhale, reach, lift your heart, your gaze. And then we'll exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Okay, from the top of your mat, we're going to take a big step back with our right foot. We're going to turn the right toes directly towards the back of your mat. Left toes are angling in slightly. This is warrior 2. You're going to start to bend your right knee. As that right knee bends, you're going to be pressing into the outside edge of your left foot, and then your arms can reach in opposite directions. You can choose a comfortable gaze, maybe past your right fingertips. Okay, and then we're breathing here. If looking past your right fingertips doesn't serve you, you can keep your gaze looking forward. We're feeling the inside of the legs strong as you lift up into your pelvic floor. Continue to press into the outside edge of your left foot, keeping that left leg straight and strong. We're going to go for a reverse warrior. We're going to flip right palm up. Take an inhale, reach that arm up and over. Left arm can reach down your leg. Feeling lots of length from your right hip to your fingertips, and you can look up with your eyes. If you like, you might wrap your left hand around the back. Right hand catches your head, and as your head rests into your hands, you can lift your heart up a bit more. Continue to sink into your front leg while you lean weight into your back heel and take a few more breaths. And we're feeling lots of length along the right side body here. Okay, breathe in. As you exhale, return to warrior 2 for a moment, and then slowly straighten your front leg for triangle pose. If you need to shorten your stride, heel toe your left foot in. Flip your palms towards the side edge of your mat. Take a breath in, exhale, reach, and then slowly teeter over. Utthita Trikonasana. Right hand reaches down, left or reach straight up, working on stacking your shoulders as you look up to the sky. Or if it serves you better, bring your left hand to your low back. Let your shoulder roll open. Notice how you're still pressing down into the outside edge of your right foot and a little more to the the outside of your left and a little more to the inside of your right. And then we're breathing slow, steady breaths. Okay, as you inhale, we'll come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your waist now, and let's point your toes in. As your toes point in, your thighs internally rotate. We're going to press into our feet, lift the heart on the inhale. As you exhale, hinge out of your hips and fold. Hands can come down slowly. As your hands come down, we're going to walk them forward a little bit, so they're right below your face. Adding a twist here, you're going to take your left hand, press it at center on the earth or a block, or even a pillow if you need that. And then right hand comes to your low back for a twist. We're moving from the base of the ribs on the left side as we twist, and we look to the right. Okay, from here, you can hold your right hand at the low back, continue to press into the left hand, or you can bring your right arm up. If that catches in the front line of the shoulder, keep the hand at the low back and hold here. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the inside of your legs strong as you're pressing to the inside of your feet, but also press to the outside edge of your feet quite equally. If you notice the weight's heavy in your heels, let it come a little bit more forward. Okay, your inhale, and as you exhale, we'll bring right hand down, replace it where your left was, press into that hand, take your left hand to your low back, look to the left, make sure the head doesn't drop, so you're reaching the top of your head forward, lifting up from your right ear. Inside of the legs are strong, maybe left arm reaches, and we hold there, or keep the hand at the low back, and breathe. Okay, we're going to inhale, exhale, the hand comes back to center. Lift your heart as you inhale and take a slow fold as you exhale. Let your head drop and hang for a moment. Even give your head a little roll side to side. Knees can bend a little bit here, releasing your legs. And then we'll lift the chest on the inhale. As you exhale, look forward and do a little walk around. Rotate your left foot and then your right. So you're in a lunge for a moment, hands frame that left foot. And let's just step back to down dog, planting the hands, left foot will come back. And then a moment here maybe to pedal your heels so you can bend one knee at a time. And maybe offer a crouching dog here. So crouching dog, knees bend a lot more. Head drops, chest drops, press into your hands, and then slowly let your heels drop. So that can be a nice release for your hamstrings, but it also gives you a lot more length in your spine, a little self-adjustment. Okay, let's pause here, take a nice long inhale breath. Nice long exhale. Okay, your left side for warrior two, we're going to get there by just taking left leg up on the inhale. As you exhale, your left foot will come forward between your hands. The transition here will be drop your right heel, press into your feet and come on up. And as you arrive, it's always nice to check your alignment so that left heel is in line with about the inner arch of your right foot, and then you sink down into your left leg, warrior two. Press into the outside edge of your right foot and the arms reach. And your wrists are right above, your right wrist is above your ankle bone, and that'll ensure that your shoulders are stacking above your waist. And you could look past your left fingertips, or you could look towards neutral. And we'll breathe here. There's an external rotation of your left thigh, so the left knee points directly forward. And keep pressing into the outside edge of your right foot. There's a slight external rotation of your right thigh. And keep that lift into the pelvic floor as you engage the inside line of both of your legs. Reverse warrior, flip your left palm up, inhale, that arm reaches up and over, right arm can reach down your leg, or it could wrap around your back. Maybe cradle your head into your left hand, whatever feels good, and feel this nice stretching sensation from your left hip to the armpit. Keep your right leg as straight as you can make it as you lean weight into the outside edge of that foot. Breathe in and breathe out. If the breath's moving a little quicker, opportunity to slow it down as you hold your pose. Okay, your breath in. As you exhale, slowly release and start to straighten your left leg. Heel toe your right foot in if you need to shorten your stride for triangle. Do what feels good. Arms reach wide. Breathe in. Palms flip to the edge of your mat. Exhale, reach forward, and then slowly teeter over. Utthita Trikonasana, left arm reaching down, right arm reaching straight up. Press into the outside edge of your right foot here and the inside of your left. And you can look up with the eyes, or again, the option to bring your right hand to your low back, roll your shoulder open. And we're still squeezing the inside of the thighs to center, lifting up into our pelvic floor. Find your breath slow and steady. And hold the mind very steady right here. Okay, let's inhale to come on up. Exhale, hands to your waist again. And then we're going to heel to our feet in, so our stride gets a little more manageable. And then turn to the front of your mat, and let's just step forward there. Coming into your mountain pose. Let's take a breath in, reach your arms up nice and high, big inhale. As you exhale, hinge out of your hips, fold forward. Knees soften, hands come down. Pausing here for a half lift. We're going to inhale, lift the head and chest. And then exhale, a gentle forward bend again. From here, we're going to soften the knees, a little or a lot. Grab ragdoll again. Hold on to your elbows, let your head hang. Feel free to sway your head or torso a bit side to side. And then give yourself a moment here. Take a few slow breaths. Breathe from your belly into your low back, maybe along the back of your legs and down your spine. And use this posture to release any holding that may have came into your low back and along the hamstrings and along your spine and up to your shoulders. Okay, from here, as you exhale, let your fingertips touch down onto the earth. If you cannot quite touch the earth, put, maybe some pillows underneath. We're going to go towards a prayer squat. So the heel toe of your feet about the width of your mat, point your toes out. Let your sit bones drop down. Bring your hands into a prayer-like position. If you need to sit on something here, you could slide a block underneath your sit bones, or even a pillow, a couple of blankets. Yeah, find some support if you need it. Heart lifts. You can close your eyes. Start to slow down everything so the body's becoming a little more steady. The breath is starting to slow down. And then as you drop in here, tune into the body, noticing those areas of sensation. We're feeling this probably to the inside line of the hips and legs. So when you breathe in, feel your belly expand, and then can you offer that breath to maybe move into those areas, the hips, the legs, the low back. And then exhale, soften all the way back down. And maybe a moment here to reconnect with your intention. And notice how good you feel. Take a few more breaths. Okay, breathe in, and as you exhale, you can blink the eyes open. Let your fingertips touch down. You could bring one forward and one behind you, and then the other one can come behind, so we can sit down. As you sit down, take a moment to stretch your legs out. So you can shake that off a little bit. Good work, guys. So we're going to seal in our practice with a butterfly fold. So eventually you can bring your feet together. Take a few moments to wiggle around so you can remove that flesh on the sit bones, maybe even just move the knees a bit to help relax your hips in the socket. Take an inhale breath here, delicious breath in, and as you exhale, hinge out of your hips and start your fold. As your body pauses, let your head drop down and round your spine. You might give your head a little roll side to side if that feels nice, releasing your neck. And then over time, just drape over your legs. Take a few slow breaths. Tune into the sound of the breath and the feeling of your breath. And maybe invite your breath to travel from your belly out into your hips, the inside-outside line of the legs, your low back and up your spine. And then as you take your exhales, can you soften all the muscles along your spine, softening down into your hips and legs. When you feel ready from here, we can roll up on the inhale, big breath in. As you exhale, roll your shoulders back. Maybe a sigh there, let that go. Then we'll bring the knees in. You can take a moment to extend your legs out, maybe shake that off a little bit. And then we'll go through a couple of seated windshield wipers. So you can bring your feet, feet are probably going to be about the width of your mat, and you can rest onto your hands. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, let your knees roll one way. Pausing there, and then inhale to center. And then exhale the other way. So a nice little twist here and movement to release the hips and legs. You can go through a few of these with your breath. Take the movements really slow, just like we did at the beginning of our practice with our cat-cows. Very slow, pausing, maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. Good. Once you complete your next cycle, we'll just come back to center and curl up here, letting your feet touch down, and you can just drape your hands on the feet and curl into a little ball for a few breaths. Okay, and then your inhale can bring you up. So if you wish to have some time in Shavasana, please take time to lie down, or you can come into a seated position for a few moments in a brief meditation, however you prefer to close your practice. And then as you settle in, just take a moment here to close your eyes. Invite a nice long inhale through your nose and take a longer exhale out. Good. Invite everything to slow down, so the body, the breath, and the mind, allowing time for your practice to settle into your body. Okay, and I'll leave you here in your Shavasana or your meditation. If you do want to close out your practice, you could bring your hands to your heart center if you are sitting and gently bow in. Take a moment here to acknowledge your practice and reconnect with your intention. Okay, and as I mentioned, feel free to linger in your meditation or your Shavasana. This is your time. And I thank you so much for showing up on your mat and spending some time with me, but most importantly, for spending time with yourself. And you can follow my channel here, Yoga Serene, for more practices, also some meditation and breath work. Thank you so much again. Namaste.